Hey everybody, this is Alexei from Ace5 Studios, and today we're going to be looking at Reallusion's Character Creator 5. This is a review. I've been using it for a while. I've been testing it. It's not a paid sponsor, it's not a sponsorship or anything. I've just been given the license to try it out and share my opinions. I was in contact with the team. They gave me some pointers. I asked some questions. And so this is what we got. I created this character here just in the tutorial we're going to be watching. I created some other characters before. It exports to Cinema 4D. And the thing is where I love it, like the other videos that I watched about it, the characters were all very perfect and, super modelly. But here, I love it. You can create these asymmetrical kind of wonky characters. Very fun. And it's just like, it's fun. Like once you get the hang of it, there's some parts of it which are a bit laggier, some parts which are much better. But once you get the hang of it, it's really nice. And just like on the second and third character, you're in the vibe kind of thing and you're going ahead. And this is their website, and we're going to be using, they have a regular version and the deluxe one. The one I'm showing you is the deluxe one because it has all these HD morphs and human anatomy and stuff, and it comes with, I think, something with face creation. Anyway, you should see the bundles. You also have this year-end thing going where if you spend $400, you get the software for free, apparently. So if you buy yourself the hair builders and the HD morphs, you're pretty well set. And then you should get the hair builder, but I would message them to confirm that. And there's so much stuff here. Like it's, as you can see, we get it into Cinema. There he is. He's rendered. There's an automatic system which sets up the entire rig for you. This is another character I made. I don't know who he is, but I feel like there's a story behind him. And it's all rigged and ready to animate. The materials, obviously, I tweaked on this one. Like, this is not, like, the default materials look more like this. But with a bit of tweaking, you can make them look better. And yeah, it's honestly, it's really fun. Like, I look forward to making something with this Rockstar zombie slayer. I don't know. So yeah, let's go get into it and have a look at what we can stumble upon.
Need rigs? Ace5 Studios has rigs.
Hey guys, Alexei, and we're starting with this review of Character Creator 5. Now, I'm going to start with the most important things that you should do when you open it, because I took a while to find these. The first thing is you go to Edit, Preferences, and you edit Preferences, and it'll appear here, and switch your preset to Maya. Because then it'll be like the standard where you can use Alt to pan around and stuff, and your navigation will be the way you're used to in most 3D apps, especially in Cinema 4D. This is basically the same thing. The next thing is you want to turn Control F to turn this performance thing here, so you can see what's what. Now let's start with opening up a character. On this side here, it'll be in the Content Manager, in case you can't see it. There's a little content thing here. We're going to go to Actor, and then we're going to go to CC5 Characters. These are the ones that are included. Oops. Yep, that's it. And just scroll down here and you'll get a clothed guy. Or you can click on this guy and you'll get him just in underwear. Let's actually go with let's not talk about the clothes right now. I don't think that's the most important thing. I think if you're going to be using this with Cinema 4D, you're going to be using external clothes anyway. Although there are some clothes here which are useful. We can scroll through them later. But since we're going to be building a character up first, let's not focus on the clothes. So, thinking about this, it's a great software. Honestly, it's really fun to use. There is a bit of the issue that you need a lot of the packs that come with it. So if you just buy the minimum one, you're going to be a bit limited. Like it's not like you're going to really appreciate it if you buy the deluxe pack, not like the regular. I don't know. They have the regular one, and I guess it's a good entry point. But honestly, I think the deluxe pack should be the standard one because it comes with the stuff you need to actually create and modify characters. So once we have a character, we can obviously orbit around him with the Alt mouse button because we switched our preferences to Maya. Super convenient. You can pan and just like Cinema 4D. Very good. Now, the default way to modify them and how tutorials show is you click this Morph button and then you can click on parts of him and you can move them out and down. But as you can see, well, it sometimes works, but it's kind of like... It's kind of laggy, and you can improve this. You can change your subdivision down to 0. It'll take a bit. It'll get down to 0, and it'll be slightly better. Also, it's a bit slower now because I'm recording the screen at the same time. So don't be too harsh with the judgment. So it's still just kind of sitting there trying to lower the subdivision level. There we go. But it looked like the default models look great as a starting point for whatever characters you decide to make. Anyway, so while this thing does work, I don't really enjoy using it this much. Like, it is cool. You can kind of make characters, because their default characters look a bit too perfect. They're like that you can make it into a bit more of a fun character. Something more unique. But how do you really modify him? My favorite method is on here on your right, in your modify menu, you click here, your pose morphs. And there's a whole bunch of pose morphs, so you can select, there's the body morphs, but for me, the head is stuff interesting. You can do full head, so you can obviously drag stuff and apply a full head. It'll kind of multiply it on top. That's what we want. What we want is stuff like the skull. Like, you can, for example, control the skull height. You can control skull width and stuff. And there's all these, this is, I think, from the back. So and you have all these controllers for like brows and stuff and eyes. And I love that you can change like both the eyes, for example, or you can just change one of the eyes. So you can make him a more realistic character with different proportions. For example, like, you can change the eye width as well as the eye. You can move it out, and you can get like characters which are not, not standard. Like, I really enjoy that you can create these little weirdos. And ears as well, you can change the height of them, and you can change the height of individual ones. So you can really like create, maybe not that exaggerated, but you can create characters that look unique. It's not just, ideal models. And here also, like, these are the ones, so for the jaw, you can control stuff. But what I really like is these are pretty good. Look, we got some brain villain. But I really like they have these headshot ones, which also, they don't come with the standard one, they come with the other thing. And for some reason, these somehow just, I don't know, something about, I guess it's just different pose morphs. I kind of like, I don't know, I like the way they work. Like, when I was playing around with it, it seemed to be, although they seem to be like the same ones, but something about them just made it better. I don't know. Anyway, so this is how I prefer to work through it. I prefer going through, okay, what do I want to change? And then I find the cheeks or the brows or whatever it is, and I can change them. I can move them around, and it really gives you a lot of control. Like, it gives you like a lot of options, and it's quite impressive. They also have this other option, which is called Actor Mixer. For that, you will need the HD bodies though, which is also something that comes in deluxe pack, but not in the standard one. And they're really neat because you can apply, for example, we can get this Actor Mixer, and let's open up the Actor Mixer now. It will take a bit to load, but you can very easily modify the way the body looks in it without going through too many sliders. So, for example, we go body, and very careful character. Oh, actually, I have the HD human anatomy set that can load. Yeah, so they have sometimes you'll find these ways sometimes they have things in multiple places, but they do have an easy way to load them often. So we can now just grab here. Now we press start mixing, and we can drag through we can slowly move, and it kind of still keeps the pieces. But let's actually just go here to HD human anatomy. Let's just load, this one. Let's load the male one. You can't load them. Yeah, I think that's I was dragging them in before. No? There you go. See, and now when you press start mixing, see, just doesn't change label. So you want this thing to be gray when you add the morphs. And now you can add, and it'll kind of, if you push all the way, it'll change his face, but you can just drag them in parts. And you can also do just the head or just the body. So here, click this so it cancels it. And then you can drag just the body in here. So you can drag this guy in here, and you can drag this guy in here. And we can press start mixing. And now we can adjust just his body. So we keep the same head. We can decide what kind of villain this is, and it's quite fast to come up with a character. And then you can obviously finish this, start mixing, and you can go back into your morphs and you can control what they look like. So Couplets. Yeah, so there's lots of options, and you can also just drag these onto him as well. I think we should be able to just drag this guy or double click him. No, maybe we double click it from somewhere else. There's still stuff to learn. But let's open the Actor Mixer again, because actually I liked the way it was before. This guy is a bit too muscly for my liking. So let's go start mixing. No, let's not make that. Let's do just, we can do just the body, huh? Without changing the height. There, press. Better stop it from mixing. And add this in here. Okay. And I'm going to start mixing. And now we can add this thing without changing the height. And maybe in here, maybe we can modify. Yeah, we can. There you go. See? It's pretty neat that we can change the type of character he is. I don't know. I think that's very, like, when you're creating characters, especially like a lot of them, this is, I think, very convenient. You just have like so much more control over it. But let's make him. It's really still remembers that I did these settings here. So anyway, and you can create these kind of characters, and it's just, it's fun. Like really, it really is. It's entertaining. And there's lots of stuff, like if you buy the packs, there's lots of stuff to play with. Like that's one of the important things is that I remember I bought Character Creator a long time ago. I bought version 3, I think, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. But that's because I didn't have any of the packs. Whereas here, I'm not being paid to promote this right now, but I was given a license for 2 months to play with this, and I was given the extra packages as well, so I could actually appreciate it. And this does make a huge difference. So it's just something to consider that you don't want to buy the cheapest bundle. You can actually buy the bundle with the deluxe one, because then you can make use of this. And once you have like the body, whatever your plan is, you can then just, you can add hair to it. The hair packs are also great. Like they really thought this stuff through. Like in the hair pack here, you have like hairstyles, and these are the pre-built ones. But let's go a bit over the content manager here, stuff that I got confused by. They have 2 tabs called item and pack. Item is all the stuff you have, and it's kind of categorized. But pack is the one where you actually, when you buy something or download it, you can use it. For example, if we go to the pack of hair, no, because see, right now, I can't find it. I'm like, where are the hair packs? That's because we're in this CC5 character pack. So we have to go back. This is the back button. The back mouse doesn't work. You have to use backspace or click on this little arrow here. I couldn't find that for a while. And then in here, you can go hair, and then here you can see which packs you have. So for example, this Hair Builder 3, if I click on it, it has hair elements. Like you can add like a whole piece of hair. You can add like this one, for example, and you have instant curls. You do have to wait for stuff to load. It's not the most instant thing in the world, but it is very, like, it looks fun. Like it's good. And with the Hair Builder, we can actually edit and add different parts of it separately. I think this one is also in parts. If you go on, if you want to see what objects are in your scene, like your scene manager or explorer, it's this one here. And you can see, for example, messy curls. You can turn off the top one if you just press the little eyeball. And there you go. We have our little balding man. I'm actually pretty impressed that I created a character while I was practicing, and I was pretty happy with him. I think he'll be better than this one, but this one's also pretty nice. I'll show you that guy later. And yeah, so you can hide the pieces of hair separately. They're all like individual pieces, and you can replace them also. So when you go back to the content, you can, for example, this is the rear, so you can double click on this, and it'll ask, do you want to replace or add it? And let's say replace. So it'll get rid of the old thing in the back, and you have a smaller thing, and also replace these side ones, so get rid of them. So when you add stuff, you might want to, like, let's add this one as well. Or you just got to double click and then you go add. I wish they had a kind of shortcut or something to this, but there you go. Look at that hair right there. And on the other side, we can do this one. Double click, add, apply. There you go. Look at that. Look at this beautiful Adonis. I don't know. This is just makes me happy. So let's see. Next step. What are we doing? Adjusting skin color. Let's change it to something more pasty because I feel like this guy should be a scientist. So first thing, if we go to our shader here, you'll see that here we have the hair selected, scalp hair. So what we're going to do is go to scene and select our base body. Now, if we select the head, we can scroll down here and I don't know why that's open. Let's keep that closed. We can change. The first thing you'll see is you see diffuse color, and you're like, "Oh, awesome!" And then you're like, "Making green." That's great, but as you can see, it doesn't really blend in with the skin. So let's cancel that. What you want to do, like, you could go control click all of these together and change it for the body and the arms and stuff, but actually, it's just inbuilt here. If you go to skin color, this actually affects in the shader settings. You can activate this, and then you can either use the blend map or the color adjustments. So if we activate the color adjustment, you can see the skin quickly changes, and you can control how the shades. So you can add redness to it. There's some presets here with red and dark skin, but you can also just change them yourself, and you can control the luminance so you don't lose a detail when you go to a lighter skin. And still, as you can see, even on zeros, it's still a bit tanned. That's what we have as top. We have blend map, which can blend with any color you want. And so you can just overly white, but yes, you can make him look like he's never seen the sun. And obviously, if you lower the luminance, you don't lose as much detail in the skin. So they have thought of this. Very well done. And obviously, you can change the colors here to whatever you need. And they even have this effective color range thing, which is kind of useful, I guess. It's like kind of lets you change the color in a more natural way. I don't know, but it is useful to know that it's there. But we're going to stick with our white, tasty scientist. Oops, a bit too much in there, but yes. There we have it. They'll actually have beards as well, so you can add a beard if you want. It might be in the other pack, though, so you have to go back out of the pack, and you have to find where it is. Maybe it's just in the... Let's go. See, this is where we go to items, and then if you don't remember where it was, you can find it here. Beard, there you go. So, cat and beard. Beautiful, right? Magical. You can also control the hair color, obviously, from the same thing in the settings there. So you can scroll up, and the beard right now is already selected. So you can control its shade. And you can probably also... Each shader is a bit different, so you got to look into where you're looking for it. Textures, base color. Yeah, there you go. You can make it lighter this way. So it's a bit of experimenting, defining which one it is for each object, because they're all built slightly different. Obviously, if you buy them, they're built by different people. But yeah, that's what we got here for the hair. Now, what are we doing next for? Also, while you can, another mention, you can modify actually this guy point-based. Now, right now, you see how it's rotating kind of weird? That's because here you want to select this and you want to go select face. And then I'll rotate around the face. It doesn't have a rotation around cursor thing. So let's turn off morph here. And let's go to the first tab. And you can actually do a whole edit mesh. So if you want to change something, you're right now in point mode, up here, vertex mode. You can select like the front of his nose. And you can turn on soft selection. And press W for move. Maybe reduce the radius a bit. And you can change it. And it'll just keep your changes. Maybe we'll cancel this one. I went a bit too far, I think. But the point is you can modify, if you see something that you want to change, you can modify it by hand. You can just select a point. Like if you want to make his cheek do more like this, and you can edit this stuff and it will save. So you have that option here. It's just select this here and maybe we have to do it. There you go. And to exit this mode, which is something that I couldn't find how to do, you just have to press this tab at the top with a little minus sign, and it'll exit out, and then you'll be back to your mode, and you'll see that the changes have indeed saved. Okay, so we're back. It crashed, which was the first time for me so far, but it saved the file. Like, I didn't save it. It just went, when I opened it again, it's like, would you like to restore the file that you just were working on, and it did it, and it's here. So, but yeah, don't forget to save often. But yeah, that's points for Reallusion there. That's a great function. Unlike someone who doesn't auto save when you install a new version, and yeah, this is massive points for that. That's great that you don't lose your work when you crash this. So anyway, so we got this guy. What are we going out to? Clothes, yeah. So they do have clothes. If you're in the item mode, it's easier to find them because you go clothes, and we can put shirts on. There's all kinds of stuff. Biker vest seems like the thing we want for this guy. There you go. And what kind of pants do we have? So it does come with some stuff. I think this seems like the right thing for this guy. Oh man, this is too much. Maybe a dress. Maybe it'll be Irish, Scottish. No, that doesn't look good. Let's get our scene and let's delete this and let's delete out. Whatever. This is good enough. This guy is a rock star. I think it's pretty solid. Now, once we have this, we also have HD face controls. Yeah, let's go over that as well. So these guys, it's like a little menu, and let's go press the J key to be around the face, and it's already rigged, which is pretty damn neat. Like I don't know. It's great. There's something about this that's just beautiful. It's very well made, and you can modify these characters, and you get these guys to work with, and it's just nice. Yeah. So, I'll play around with this. It's fun. And we have, even that eyelash controls. Damn, oh man, you can even honestly, this, it's a really, I think, I want to try and make some projects with it. It's fun. And also you have these, all the themes loaded in here, which will work in C4D. I'll show you in a bit. So let's try export this guy. Sometimes it doesn't work because whatever license they gave me doesn't work with the head things. But let's go export FBX, clothes character. It works. Awesome. Format, Cinema 4D. We don't need the motion. We just need the mesh. And I think that's about it. I don't think we need anything else. Yep. I think we're just maybe default pose. Prefer the T pose. Sub D0. Yeah. So let's export. Exports here, and we'll call this guy Rockstar. And it might take a while. While I was doing that, in Cinema 4D, this is my old character. I love him. He's wonderful. He's just so cinematic. He's I don't know. And the rig works. See, it animates. And the finger rig is great. And it has all the face controls up here. And it's really neat. But setting this up, it's not instant. The thing is, to get this guy to work on import, you will need a plugin called CC4D Tools. It's an extra $40, but it's well worth it. Because otherwise, I've tried to set this up manually first, and it's a very complex task. It's not something you want to do by yourself, but automatically, it works really well. So let's find our exports, and let's load. I actually didn't do this. This is the folder we're going to use. What we're going to do is we're going to open our tool palette that comes with this. Very handy little tool palette. Okay, it's already over here on my screen. Let me get it. Nope, that one. Sorry, there we go. And we're going to import character. Maybe we should make a new scene first. Import character. We're going to go select our Rockstar character, Rockstar FBX. And we're going to import all the stuff, and we're going to use advanced materials. I think that's what I used last time. And there's also expression wrinkles, being a JSON file, somehow to export. Haven't really figured out how to do that. It's a bit more complex. But we're going with the simple stuff. Export FBX, import into Cinema, use a little script, and it'll import him with shaders. And the materials, because default materials take a while to set up if you import them just by itself. But here, and also it removes all the morph targets for you, because usually when you import FBX, the morph targets are separate. But here okay, that T-pose thing does not look like a good idea. I feel like we should export him in the A pose. And let's export him in a default pose. Let's not T-pose him. I don't know why I tried that. I guess I just like T-pose, but useful hint. So closed character, default pose, keep it as the A pose, and export has colon Rockstar 02. Okay, so let's try this again. We've got the Rockstar 02 exported now, and Rockstar 02 FBX, and advanced, and import character. Hey, we're learning things, right? It took a while, but it's here, and it asked me for JSON file. We're not covering that right now, so we'll just press cancel, and it just does some more cleanup, and we're in. And we have our character, and if we press our Redshift render thing, here we go. It does a bit of processing. Hopefully my video card doesn't give up. Yeah, and there, all the materials work. Maybe sometimes you have to fix some transparencies. Sometimes some of the shaders mess up, but most of it works pretty well. So let's quickly get our light setup from here. Let's plug it in here, and let's hit render. And yeah, that kind of some of the models don't export as well, but it's like you have to know a bit of texturing to clean it up. Or again, do close somewhere else, and there you go. It works. You render it out. The Redshift stuff transfers. Yeah, obviously it's rendering now slow because I'm doing a screen recording at the same time, but it's pretty reasonable. Like it's comparable to other stuff. And now, right now it's just joints, so you can't really, not super convenient. But with this tool that imports it, you can press this button, you go CCD control rig, and you go setup, and it just goes boom like magic, and boom, you have your character. Yeah, and the hand rigs are really nice, and yeah, it's a quality rig. It works. You have this kind of elbow adjustment, so once you close them, you can move where you want the elbow. Really impressive tool. The whole thing works really great. And then you do the face rig as well. Make sure you pick the HD one if you're using the CC Character Creator 5. If you're using the HD models, but if you're using, because there's a lot of stuff here, like in Character Creator, you have actors and you have like the old ones from the previous ones. There's a whole bunch of characters here you can use as starters. And for this, you would use the other, the regular face rig. But you press this one and then you go face rig setup and it connects it. And now, there you go. You have your setup already in Cinema 4D. It's really, I mean, the amount of controls is a bit overwhelming, but they have a lot of stuff. Like you can do the whole phenomes. I'm not going to figure out how to do this. It's a great little tool where you can do these. And yeah, it's really well made. Like I'm really impressed with it. And if you need characters for your projects, it's a great way to go. I'm definitely going to be making use of this. And yeah, so you can just say you have your character with faces, with... if you want to move these guys, I recommend deselecting everything and just click and drag on one of them with your move tool. And then you won't have to select and then click. You can just... yeah, so it's... does this thing? Oh, look, even a head thing works. That's pretty neat. So yeah, you have this setup and the character is there, and you can make nice results with it. For the only thing what I would do is you get a layer of gears, so just unlock it. Let's just hide this guy for a while, and he's kind of ruining our vibe. When you're doing the rendering, I would just add a bit of subsurface scattering to it, and it'll look even better. So just in your materials here, select all of these guys together, and you should be able to go into inputs. No. They have, which one doesn't have SSS? They all have SSS. All right, there you go. There's SSS. And maybe you should use the, looks like it already has it set up. Maybe it was the advanced one. Maybe I was using the basic one before. Because in my old one, in my Sanchez here, These guys just have they have used the standard material, which is, I think I like that more. Maybe that's how you should set up when you import it. Maybe you should use the standard materials, because then you have the proper subsurface thing here, and I just used that, and I could then control the color of it and stuff. So that was handy. But yeah, this is like, I think this is in a nutshell the important stuff. Yeah, it works well. Like, it's surprisingly, well, I'm surprised, but it's nice. Like, the whole process of making a character and bring it in, you just only bring it in, and I have this character in Cinema 4D. It's great. Like, you can start animating it. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and remember, if you need character rigs for Cinema 4D, we have all these nice stylized characters. These are the 5M collection, which are more complex. There's doctors and handymen and grannies and kids. There's an adult bundle, and there's also rigged building kits where you can take parts and build together, and they're already rigged, so it's a lot easier to assemble your characters, animate letters, whatnot. And there's free rigs you can try out. And I also have this 5K pack and this 5J pack, which are more simpler and a bit more complex. And then there's also Maria with her animal shop and butterflies and spiders. And we also have a Studio Light kit and other stuff that you can see here. Even this Helvetica toilet, man. This guy, nobody has ever bought him. So try it. Okay, see you around.